Welcome back. This is the Spanish alphabet and its pronunciation module. This is lesson number 3, Consonantes. How can you participate? Simply scan the QR code provided or go to gooflash.com and enter the code. To begin with the consonants, we have the letter B, and in Spanish it is pronounced as B, as in boca, at the beginning of words. Also, we have this sound, as in hablar, between vowels. In English, you can find the same pronunciation as in boat. Next, we have the letter C, and in Spanish, we pronounce it like K, as in casa, before A, O, U. In Spain, they pronounce it like th or s in Latin America, as in cena or cena, before the letter E or I. In English, you can find the same pronunciation as in cat or as in city. Next, we have the letter D, and in Spanish it is pronounced th, as in diamante, at the beginning of words or after a pause. Also, we pronounce it like th, cada, between the vowels. In English, you can find the same pronunciation as in dog or as in this. We also have the letter F, and in Spanish it is always f, as in fuego. In English, always F, as in fun. Then we have the letter G. In Spanish, we pronounce it like G, as in gato, before A, O, and U. Also, it sounds like a soft H, as in gente, before the letter E and I. In English, you have the same pronunciation as in go. Next, we have the letter H. In Spanish, it's silent, as in hola. And in English, you have the same as in hour. In English, the letter H is pronounced in most of the cases. But remember, in Spanish, it is silent. Then we have the letter J. In Spanish, it's a strong H, as in juego. In English, it is like a strong H, as in ham. Then we have the letter K, and in Spanish, we have this sound, K, like in kilo. And in English, we have the K sound, as in kite. Then we have the letter L. In Spanish, it's always L, as in luz. In English, it is always L, as in love. Next, we have the letter M, and in Spanish, it is always M, as in mano. In English, it is always the sound M, as in man. Next, we have the letter N. In Spanish, always N, as in noche. In English, it is always N, as in night. Next, we have a special one, the letter ñ. In Spanish, it's always pronounced like ña, ña, as in niño. In English, as the last ing sound of the gerund verbs, such as playing, and there you will have a similar sound. Next, we have the letter P. In Spanish, it is always pronounced P, as in pato. In English, always P, as in park. In Spanish, it is always pronounced K, followed by the letter U, as in queso. Therefore, you don't say hueso, you say queso. In English, K, as in quick. Next, we have the letter R. In Spanish, we use it as a strong R, as in rojo, at the beginning of a word. Or we pronounce it as a soft D, as in cara, between the vowels. In English, you have the same pronunciation as in red. Next, we have the letter S. In Spanish, it's always s, as in sol. In English, it's always s, as in si. Then we have the letter T. In Spanish, it's always t, as in taco. In English, it is always t, as in top. Then we have the letter V. In English, it's always pronounced like th, right? But in Spanish, it's the same as the letter B. So therefore, we don't say vaca, we say vaca. In English, you have the same B sound as in boat. This is the W. In Spanish, we took borrowed words, as in windsurf. In English, W it's pronounced like in water, w. Then we have the letter X. In Spanish, it is pronounced like x, as in examen. In English, it's always x, as in box. Next, we have the consonant Y, and in Spanish, it is like j sound, as in yo. Or it is also pronounced as a vowel, as in muy. In English, this sound is found in the word jump. Finally, we have the last consonant. It is the letter Z, and in Spanish, it is pronounced in two different ways. In Spain, for example, it is pronounced like th, as in zapato, and in Latin America, it is pronounced like s, as in zapato. In English, you have the same pronunciation as in teeth or soup.
Now it's your time to participate. Go to GoFlash and do exercise number 1.
Remember to pause the video for you to do the exercises. And these are the answers of exercise number 1. In number 1, we have the word casa. In number 2, we have the word boca. In 3, pato. 4, cena. 5, diamante. 6, elefante. 7, gente. 8, juego. 9, niño. 10, zapato or zapato. 11, oso. 12, queso. 13, rojo. 14, sol. 15, taco. 16, uno. 17, vaca. 18, windsurf. 19, examen. 20, yo. Congratulations! You have finished lesson number 3. Let's see you in our next and final lesson of this module.